Who'd you talk about it with, Toby?
C.J. Craig.
Frost thinks.
I know what Frost thinks about everything. If it rains on a picnic, Frost thinks Al-Qaeda seeded the clouds.
Why do you keep him in the job?
He's a good analyst. Good analysts spend a lot of time being wrong.
Funny, at Defense Intelligence, we like our guys to be right. Different strokes.
Are there Islamic extremists who dream of a new China to Spain caliphate? Sure.
Do we think they're going to start by assassinating the Palestinian chairman and the president of Kazakhstan? I mean, come on.
Margaret, will you call Leo for me?
When you spoke to Greg Brock of the New York Times, you were aware you were speaking on the record?
I'm their White House communications director. I have a rough understanding of the protocol involved when speaking with journalists.
So that would be a yes.
That would be an of course.
And your intention in conveying this information to Greg Brock was that it be published in his newspaper?
Yes.
You were aware this information was classified?
Excuse me?
Answer the question.
You're asking me if I knew that the military space shuttle was classified? One of the most closely held pieces of information I've experienced in my 7.5 years in the White House, which no one would so much as hint at, much less acknowledge, much less ever actually discuss. Which revelation of same caused a governmental security crisis, international consternation, and the launching of 3 separate investigations. You're asking me if I realized it was classified? Yeah, I had a vague inkling.
Were you personally authorized to have this information?
Alana Waterman, Mr. Babish. I'm Mr. Ziegler's attorney, and as such, I must inform counsel that my client will not be answering any further questions.
It's okay, thank you.
No, it's most certainly not okay, and you're not to say anything else.
You know, I'm really getting fed up to here with lawyers ordering me around.
Probably should have considered that before passing state secrets to New York Times reporters. Which brings up, did you leak to anyone other than Greg Brock?
Do not answer that.
No.
If I may have a word in private with my client?
I'll be right outside.
I really appreciate your concern, but I am taking full responsibility, and I am prepared and ready to face the consequences.
Well, that's very noble and very stupid.
Thank you.
You have to listen to me now. If you were truly the only one involved...
I was.
Well, then that's unfortunate, because it means you have no bigger fish to turn over to the prosecutor, which is what he and the Congress will be looking for, and obviously would have been the best and fastest way to make a deal.
I don't care about that.
Well, it's my job to. And we're not starting with a lot of bargaining chips, and we have less every time you open your mouth.
I'm not looking to cut a deal.
Oh, really? Well, because the last time I checked, the sentencing guidelines, even for somebody who's a first-time offender, were 63 to 78 months jail
63
time.
to 78. How do they come up with those numbers? Pick out of a hat, dartboard?
You have an obligation you're
Please
not
don't bring up my
considering here.
kids.
When you hire someone like me, you take on a responsibility to my reputation. If you decide you want to go down in some quasi-orgasmic blaze of self-pitying, self-destructive, self-aggrandizing, attempted glory, all anyone's going to say is, how did Alana Waterman, that smart, tough, savvy Washington infighter, let her client do something so crushingly boneheaded moronic as to get himself 6 years in jail? Now you have a decision to make. If you want me to continue as your attorney, when the White House counsel re-enters the room, you either decline to answer any further questions, or you watch me walk not only out of this room, but off the case.
Who was it who first informed you of the existence of a classified military space shuttle?
I decline to answer on the advice of counsel.
Please wait here.
Well, you certainly earned your fee today.
I'm deeply gratified that you decided to heed my guidance.
No, I just meant it was the first time tonight he used the word please.